Hey, this is Jim at Broadfield. Thanks for joining us for another Broadfield Lunch and Learn every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You will see I am being joined by a special guest on today's show, Jeff Bridge from Canon. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Things are good. Things are good. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. So this is going to be a great show. We're going to introduce some new stuff from Canon. And then right after the show, I'm taking some of the exciting Canon stuff that we're talking about and heading into Brooklyn, right from the Broadfield HQ, to set up for Cinegear New York. If you plan on being at the Cinegear New York show, definitely stop by the Broadfield booth, number 126. We will have some Canon cameras set up and showing off. We're going to have it set up with outermost monitors, SanDisk professional storage, lots of great stuff at the show. We want to reach out to all of you, end users, dealers, you name it. If you're an end user, you're looking for a dealer in your area, we have an authorized nationwide network that can definitely help you out. If you're a system integrator or a reseller, we can help get you set up with all these great products, and we're looking to talk to those people all of the time. So without further ado, let's get into this week's show, where I invited Jeff to join us to introduce some brand new Canon cameras. We are introducing the CR-N100, the newest in their PTZ camera lineup, their flagship PTZ controller, the RC-IP1000, and then new to us, new to Broadfield, we have the Canon cinema camera, this EOS C70 and R5C. We have the Pro camcorder lineup, including their flagship corner, the XF605, and lots more. I know it's a lot of information. We're going to run through it all to you, and that's why I invited an expert to help me along. Jeff, why don't you introduce yourself to our dealers?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Enjoy working with everybody over at Broadfield. I am the national account manager for distribution at Canon, and I'd love to run through some of the items that we have with Broadfield that are kind of newer to our lineup at Canon, and then some of the products that's new to Broadfield as well. So really excited about today and having the opportunity to speak with everyone. And it's always a good time with you, Jim.
Absolutely. And I want to say one of the things that I'm most excited to share with our dealers too is that we have worked closely with Canon over the past year, and selling Canon products has never been easier than it is now. You guys have put a great team in place. You've worked really closely with our buyers to make sure that we have dealer price sheets and all the information available. And really, for the first time ever, there's no barriers to entry. We are set up to sell the Canon PTZ family lineup, the Pro camcorders, the cinema cameras, and more to help you and your customers get the right solution that they need for their workflow. So let's start by introducing the CR-N100, the brand new entry-level PTZ camera, fits in perfectly into the Canon PTZ lineup at the most affordable price point yet. Jeff, introduce this one to us.
Yeah, so we are really excited about this project for people that are looking for a more budget-friendly item in the PTZ side of things. Still, when you talk Canon, you're always talking image quality for our renowned Canon color science. But this is a unit that has a great 1/2-thirds sensor, hybrid autofocus, high-quality 4K 30p. It does full HD 60 over HDMI and IP. A 20x optical zoom with image stabilization on this also. You get tally lamps on the front to identify camera status. It's also, again, that budget-friendly price of being under $2,000 at the retail cost of it. It does support Canon's webcam driver for use in high-performance camera for web conferencing applications. So if you need something that is really high quality for those web conferencing applications, now Canon can provide something like that. In addition to it, it's built-in NDI-HX and SRT support as well. There's add-on application support for auto tracking on this camera as well, and flexible control options with IP controls, standard communications over serial, and things like that. In addition to the N100, which is a great camera. If you love everything about that you've heard, but you need SDI as well, well, we can just move you to the CR-N300, which is the next step up in that line. Most of the features are exactly the same between the CR-N100 and 300, but you do get that SDI output for folks that need that option as well.
Absolutely. And I love the introduction of the affordable model. We're seeing more and more customers looking for just the HDMI or even the USB output, where they are
Yep.
looking to get that PTZ with better image quality into some of their video conferencing solutions. So the CR-N100 really fits perfectly into that environment. And then, like you said, to go with the SDI connectivity, you can step up to the CR-N300, all the same great features, same great lens, same great image stabilization, Canon color quality, and now you're getting the SDI connectivity as well. And then those fit into the rest of the Canon product lineup, where we also have the CR-N500, 700, and the outdoor cameras with the CRX300 and 500. So, Jeff, why don't we take a moment and walk through the rest of the line?
Yeah, if you're needing a more high quality camera for whatever situation you're in, the 1-inch sensor that is on our 500 and 700 will allow larger photo sites, resulting in less noise in low light situations. The larger sensor also provides shallow depth of field at large apertures. It produces kind of a blurred image background while keeping sharp focus on the subject. We've seen so many folks going towards a more cinematic look in their style of production, especially with House of Worship these days. So these cameras match and fit that style really, really well. The 500 is a great unit. If you need to go with 12G SDI output and you're looking for the best of the best, the CR-N700 will match anything really else that's out there in the marketplace. It'll give you 4K at 422 10-bit rate HDR, so super high image quality. And again, everything about these Canon PTZ cameras is going to be smooth operation from front to back. The outdoor unit that you mentioned as well, we have an option on that side of it, the CRX300, which is an IP65 rated water and dust resistant unit, has NDI and SRT for remote workflows. It does feature a 20x optical zoom, and it's a great addition for universities, colleges, outdoor sports, live events, and festivals where it's going to be out in the environment and you need something to be protected. Broadcast applications, we're seeing this a lot, showcasing downtown skylines and points of interest for news stations. So lots of applications for an outdoor camera that's fully weather rated as well.
Absolutely. And now we're heading into spring. We're starting to see our dealers quote the outdoor cameras very often. And the outdoor capability, like you mentioned, in all of those applications, and of course in sports production and outdoor event production. We're even seeing a lot of universities adopt it to be able to capture and produce their graduation ceremonies this upcoming spring. So definitely a lot of different applications there when you talk about those outdoor cameras. So we talked about the CR-N100 to kick off the show. The CR-N300 pictured here gives you that SDI capability. That steps up to the CR-N500, which gets you that 1-inch image sensor, 4K camera, 15x optical zoom. And then that flagship camera that Jeff was talking about, which is the CR-N700, giving you 4K 60p, flagship camera, 1-inch image sensor, 30x advanced zoom, in HD quality, allowing you to really put that camera in kind of that rental and staging market, venues applications, concerts and events, really kind of that anywhere that you would put a Canon camera, you can put that Canon PTZ camera, right?
For sure.
And now from there, it introduces that next new product that we're talking about, which is this flagship PTZ controller that I have in front of me here. The brand new RC-IP1000. This controller has all of the advanced features to control all of the PTZ cameras that we talked about. And I'm also going to have Jeff introduce the Canon XC control protocol, which also adds control to some additional cameras across the Canon product line. So Jeff, introduce us to the RC-IP1000, please.
Yeah, as you can see right next to Jim there, this unit's on the screen is our new advanced PTZ controller. It enables fast operation of multiple PTZ cameras through a newly developed control interface. This interface, it features 42 buttons, 14 dials, including assignable buttons, programmable trace operation, and adjustable speed and response controls. This controller helps intuitive control of multiple PTZ cameras quickly and easily, and there's a lot of features on this unit. The touchscreen being a place to start. It is also a multi-viewer, so is on top of using that interface and that touchscreen to control and set all your settings and presets and things, that is used as a multi-viewer as well. It can be displayed as a 2x2 or a 3x3. In addition to that, you can use it in single camera view as well. So in environments where additional gear may not be available, or it's just being used by a single PTZ operator, they can function in that space with minimal additional gear and just have a single device. Customizable controls, 10 user buttons on the 5 function dials. It has the joystick, which is super smooth. You can adjust the speed and control of that. It has the rocker there for zoom control also, which the speed can be set as needed. PoE Plus enables power and control and video feeds over a single cable. And if you're asking about those video feeds, if you're using the Canon products, Canon's XC protocol is what's going to bring in that video over IP. And it is a great kind of segue to the XC protocol, Jim, that you brought up. We're really excited about how easy it is to operate and control everything in the Canon space with our proprietary XC protocol. It's an IP protocol. It's going to bring in the video to the RC-IP1000, and through Web GUI, you can also, control some of these things also. So in addition to our PTZ cameras, what you can bring into the RC-IP1000 and control with our other controller, the RC-IP100. With XC protocol, you can control black levels on our XF605 camcorder, the C70 Cinema EOS camera. You can also have zoom control of the XF605 camcorder. So it gives you a lot of the functionality of controlling those as if they were a PTZ camera or a larger broadcast style camera, and having remote operation and color and shading operation with that as well. So while you're creating your camera system, going and creating a Canon ecosphere for that control option, it's a great addition to be able to control multiple types of cameras through this controller.
And I know our dealers are seeing a lot more questions being asked about these hybrid environments where they're looking to incorporate the PTZ cameras with a traditional handheld camcorder or even a cinema camera to get that cinematic experience, even if it's a preacher on stage in some of these newer modern houses of worship. So now you can take all of that capability with the RC-IP1000 and really get a production control unit more than just a simple PTZ controller with a joystick to control pan, tilt, and zoom. You can use this to help color match those cameras, black balance everything, get everything kind of set just right, and now get the best in those hybrid environments, right?
Yeah, with your remote camera operators, they're not having to, fiddle to the side of the camera or go through menu settings while an event is live. They're able to just, point and shoot and, capture that image rather than worry about what the camera looks like, the color, the shading. All of that can be done remotely, the same way that the PTZ cameras can do. And the great thing about, like the XF605, the handheld camcorder, is it's built off the same sensor that our PTZ cameras are. So as far as color matching, we've all been in environments, if we've been in live production at all or have done any kind of, setup to a broadcast style system, where color matching PTZ cameras to another one or two types of cameras that you have in the environment is really difficult to do. Having a Canon all the way through, that same sensor that's on the PTZ camera is going to be what's in the camcorder lineup from Canon as well. So color matching is going to be a breeze, and even easier to do with the RC-IP1000, where everything just automatically sucked into that unit, and you can do all your shading and black level control in one simple solution.
Absolutely. There's a lot to be said for taking the same lens and the same technology and just building it into the different form factors of the cameras you need at different points throughout this hybrid application.
Absolutely.
And that's why I wanted to segue into some of these cameras that are now available from Broadfield. You know, we've been very successful with our dealers launching that PTZ camera lineup, and now we're seeing some more of these cameras from Canon available through the distribution channel and available to our dealers, starting, of course, with these flagship cinema cameras like the EOS C70 and the EOS R5C. Jeff, can you introduce these cameras for us?
Yeah, absolutely. We are super excited about having these available through Broadfield, both the C70 and the R5C. These really provide a endless use case of situations of who can use these cameras and for what settings. The interchangeable lenses, which is not something that is available on our camcorders or the PTZ cameras, give you the opportunity to, capture whatever is needed and whatever type environment is needed also. So having those, adjustable lenses and being able to have, multiple lenses for multiple situations is a great thing to have with a camera. The R5C is a hybrid mirrorless camera that can be used for still photography or has basically a dual boot mode. So you can once you turn it on, you can turn it on into a standard, photography camera, which is Canon is known for that for sure, and shoot amazing 4K, or I'm sorry, 8K 60p video with the same unit as well. So all compact, lightweight design. And again, RF mount system gives you kind of endless options of what you can connect with that. The C70 cinema camera can be controlled with XC protocol, so it gives you that feature as well. It's a super 35 millimeter dual gain output sensor, and this camera is approved for things like Netflix production. So if you're working in a space that requires something for to be certified by Netflix, the C70 is a great option for you in that space. There's additional free software available to control these through a couple of different ways as well. There's an app control that you can control some of these settings and things like that also. So they really kind of are a cinematographer's dream. Anyone who's in video production, whether it is something that needs to be used hybrid for multiple applications, these cameras fit that bill for sure.
That's great. And as far as the launch price sheet goes, we do have the C70 and EOS R5C available on our price sheets and at broadfield.com with either the body alone or with lens kits that are kind of a good starter kit, most popular kit, including the camera body and the lens. We also have some Canon Prime lenses available, but more importantly, our Broadfield sales team will work closely with you, your customer, and Canon to make sure we can help get you the right spec, the right lenses, the right solution for whatever the production needs are. As Jeff mentioned, there's a lot of different use cases that a camera like this can fit into. And once you start talking about those use cases, a large part of that conversation is going to be getting the right lens for the job. We are fortunate enough to have Peter Snyder, our camera specialist here on staff, who can help answer a lot of those questions. But we're also fortunate enough to have a good partner like Jeff and his team at Canon to help us lead us along the way. So whether you're experienced in selling these cinema cameras or if this is a new opportunity for you that you're looking to integrate with some of your customers and their solutions, we can help walk you through it and answer those questions and get the right thing spec'd up. And that stands true for the camcorder lineup as well. Canon has a Pro series of camcorders with the XF605, kind of their flagship model that we talked about already, that adds that XC control protocol that fits in very nicely with the PTZ camera workflows. And they have some other models available as well. Jeff, can you walk us through that Pro camcorder lineup?
Yeah, so like we talked about before, these camcorders, we built our PTZ cameras off of the same sensors. So the XF605 is going to be that 1-inch sensor, like our CR-N500 and 700 units. And then the XA60, 65, 70, and 75 are built off the same as the CR-N 100 and 300 units with that 1/2 sensor. Both have great applications. The XF605 is definitely a workhorse and a power horse unit. Got lots of features available to it, XLR inputs and things like that. If you're looking for a kind of, one unit does it all, that definitely is the way to go. If you may not need, that's a high level of a unit and you want to go with something that has still a great Canon sensor, you can go to the 70, 75, 60, and 65 unit. Again, those units, the differentiator there between the 60 and 65 and 70 and 75 is just an SDI or HDMI only input. So the 75 has both HDMI and SDI, and then the 70 would just have the HDMI.
Perfect. And then again, we really want to focus on that XF605. That is the camera that's going to give you that 1-inch image sensor. It's using that same lens, the same capability as those PTZ cameras that we talked about, the CR-N500 to 700, giving you that same image quality, the color matching capability, but it's also going to bring you that autofocus type capability that Canon does very well as also, right?
Yeah, the dual pixel auto focus is huge, especially if you're doing any kind of live events. Even weddings and things like that would be perfect with this camera. Gives you a lot of features as well. You can see the high frame rate there in FHD, doing 120 high frame rate. Really gives you applications for music videos and action sports and things like that. Can be really powerful in that type of environment. And with a dual SD card slot, you basically can be endlessly recording with the unit also. So that is a great feature to have, where it's the dual SD card. Essentially, you're just popping those in and out, and you can continue recording as long as is needed. We talked about the connectivity. It does have an Ethernet port on it for connectivity to the can connect Wi-Fi onto a network also, and really excited about the different applications that we've seen for this unit for sure.
That's awesome. And then the other category that we added to the Broadfield line card, available to all of our dealers, are the 4K reference displays. Can you introduce this product family to us?
Yeah, so these reference displays are for people that are doing, high quality productions that need to see high bit rate. You can see the DP 3120 exceeds Dolby Vision specs. So if you're in an environment, you have customers who are in an environment who are demanding the best of the best image quality and need something like the HDR toolkit, high nit ratings for potentially an outdoor or high bright environment, these are the reference displays for you. They have the built-in, waveform and vector scope, mapping and things like that on the units, and they meet a lot of the requirements and the specs that a production team is going to have, who has people on site who need to make sure unequivocally that what they're capturing, is quality.
Excellent. So as we talked about, we have the Canon PTZ camera lineup available here at Broadfield. We have the Pro camcorders, the XA60, 65, 70, 75, and of course the XF605. We have the cinema cameras, the Canon C70 and the EOS R5C, available as the standalone body or the body with the lens kit. We also have some lenses available, and it can help you get the right lens, right camera for all of your projects. Canon has a great level of resources, Jeff and his team all included, that can help figure out the right cameras for hybrid environments, remote production, sports, house of worship, school, government, corporate AV, you name it. There's something in that Canon lineup that is available to everyone. You can reach out to your Broadfield sales rep at 800-634-5178. Get the updated price sheet, ask questions about any of the new stuff, and talk to your Broadfield sales rep about a demo eval program. Jeff, can you tell us a little bit about that eval program available from Canon?
Absolutely. We'd love to work with any of the systems integrators at getting them Canon product that they can test or bring to a customer site and do a test with as well. If someone is on the fence whether they wanted to go with Canon or not for a project, we'd love to work with them and get them a demo camera to use, whether that be one of our Pro camcorder line, products or one of our PTZ options and controllers as well. We have a very easy program to work with, and your Broadfield rep can connect you with me, and we'll get started on getting that demo gear out to you so you can do your testing.
Absolutely. And I want to testify to how easy it is. We have the RC-IP1000, the brand new CR-N100 on the table here in front of us. We have the Canon C70 going into the Synergia New York show today. This is all by way of this demo program that is available. We urge our dealers to use it, to train you and your sales team, to show it off to your potential customers and opportunities, and to help create those opportunities, and to actually set it up and put it out in the field to make sure that camera is working the way you would expect it to work in that application. All of this can be done by taking advantage of this program, reaching out to your Broadfield sales rep, or reaching out to Jeff directly here. We'll all work together to help make that possible. If you have any questions on the new Canon products we talked about today, give us a call at 800-634-5178. We'll be happy to help answer your questions, get you the updated price sheets, and more. Jeff, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, Jim, let's do it again soon.
All right, absolutely. Tune in every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Broadfield Lunch and Learn. I'll see you next week.
Broadfield Distributing is a value-added distributor of live production, streaming, video editing, and storage products. We only sell to resellers. We are always looking for new dealers, so call us at 1-800-634-5178 or email sales@broadfield.com. You'll like doing business with Broadfield because we make it easy to do business.